kick it off for the Pioneers. Deep to receive it. It's Josh Davis, a sophomore for the Saints, and he's going to be playing some in the backfield here this evening. An exciting runner. Vaughn boots it away. Kicks it over here to the near side. Chenoa fielded it to 20. Comes straight up the half mark. Well, Davis runs back, but then goes down at the 32-yard line. In on the stop for the Pioneers was Mike Sutton. And the Saints will set up 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
Ball didn't go far enough for Josh Davis to get a chance to return it, but he's a sophomore, a little guy, 5'4", and he is well, sort of a jitterbug. Sort of like that guy who played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Only two fans several years ago. He's about 5'6" or so. An exciting return man.
Buck left. Oh, I got the wrong foot. Sorry. High formation behind Jimmy Horton. Kurt Toma and Billy Adelman. Bill Adelman will be the tailback. Drop to the right, Chenoa in motion to the left side. Man in motion is Adelman. Actually wasn't supposed to be in motion. He fell forward. It's going to be a illegal procedure against the Saints. So on the first play from scrimmage, we have the penalty. Only had 5 of those in the first game. We're off to a bad start here. Adelman just got caught leaning too far forward.
Saints had a lot of penalties in the game against Daniel Flyman, particularly early in the contest, but John McIntyre afterwards was not too discouraged about that because there were not as many penalties later on, and of course he realizes it's very early in this season.
Adelman picked up no yardage on the play, so the Pioneers decline the penalty. They'll take the down. It'll be 2nd down and called a long 9. 2nd and 9. Ball spotted just on the other side of the 33-yard line. U-High 0-1 on the year. Lost to Monmouth last week, 6-0. Saints are 1-0, defeating Danville's Flyman. Flip back this time. Adelman to the left. Toma to the right. Horton down the line. Hands off to Toma. Spins away from one tackler. Bucks his way for a couple of more. Hit and dropped by Andy Thompson. Also down there was Brad Armstrong. Pick up now let's give him 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Ball spotted on the 37-yard line inside Central Catholic territory. U-High runs a 4-man front, 3 linebackers, and as I said, good linebackers. You'll be hearing their names a lot. Drake, Thompson, and Armstrong.
They were really impressive against Monmouth.
Split backs again behind Horton. Got Chimorowski out wide to the right. Daryl Toma out wide left. Horton rolling up to the right. Once the pitch it does, Alden's got a 1st down. Turns up the field. Down to the 45, down to the 47. Andy Thompson over there to make the hit. Also over there was Phil Carnass, but not before. Bill Adelman picked up 1st down yardage and an option play to the far side of the field.
Well, that's a nicely executed play. That's not easy to do, and they ran it perfectly. The Mets did not score in the 7th inning, and so the Cardinals come to bat now in the 8th inning. They're still trailing 4-1. That's been the score in that game since the 2nd inning of play.
Horton gets the signal from Coach John McIntyre from the sideline. Calls the play. Now he's got a slot to this side. Daryl Toma is the wide receiver to the left. Chimorowski in the slot to that side, I formation. Chimorowski in motion to the right now. Handoff is a fumble. Grabbing for the Pioneers and picking it up for U-High. It's going to be Steve Sullivan, I believe, but give credit to Aiden Fleming. I believe Aiden Fleming got in the backfield very quickly. And then Jimmy Horton fumbled that ball. He was trying to get it to Adelman. And Steve Sullivan make it Chad Kirk. Chad Kirk comes up with a fumble recovery inside Central Catholic territory down to the 39-yard line. Take it to the 40-yard line. U-High takes over 1st and 10. Power I formation. Chevalier hands off to the tailback. Tailback in this power I formation is Tad Lewis. Tad Lewis is a sophomore. Running behind his sophomore running mate, Brian Beverly. Picks up 3 yards on 1st down. The Pioneers will go power I without a huddle. Power I right, 2nd down and 7. Chevalier this time hands off to the power back. Running to the left-hand side, picking up 3 or 4 more yards is Brian Beverly.
Well, we did not see a no-huddle offense from the Pioneers in the opener against Monmouth, so that's a new look, although they are going to huddle up now after the 2nd down play. So Frank Chiodo shaking things up a little bit on offense. As we said, he was very disappointed with his offensive play in that 6-0 loss to Monmouth.
They'll face for the 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Ball spotted inside the 35-yard line. Off the 33. Still power I formation. Roll out Jamie Chevalier behind everybody. Rolling out to the right. Cuts inside one tackler. Inside the 30 down to the 29. Haggerty there to hit him along with Kurt Toma. Not until Jamie Chevalier picks up 1st down yardage. And he rolls out of the pile a little bit slow, but that was kind of the UCLA power sweep, wasn't it? Or USC power sweep. They got everybody in front of it. The power back, or the fullback in this formation is Scott Leeper. The power back is Brian Beverly. The tailback is Tad Lewis. Beverly and Lewis are both sophomores. They got seniors all around. Again, power eye left this time. Lewis gets the fake handoff. Chevalier keeps, goes up the left-hand side. Flags all over the place. Chevalier drops for a 2-yard loss. Over there making the hit is Rob Flippin. Also over there, Scott Connor. Got a penalty here. While we're waiting to see what it is, let's set up the Central Catholic defense. They'll play a 5-2. Nose guard is Greg Massey. The 2 tackles, Rob Lippick and Richard Webb. Both big guys. Defensive ends are Chris Leoff and Rich Haggerty. 2 linebackers are small ones. Both of them 5'9", around 150 pounds. Bill Adelman is one. Scott Connor is the other. Cornerbacks are Mark Simorowski and Scott Bolt. Strong safety is Kurt Coma, and the free safety is Jim Horton. Penalty is called against Uri. It's going to be a holding call against the Pioneers. Marks it back 10 yards. Well, that'll bring up first down and 20. Let's set up the Pioneer offense very quickly if we can. Let's get the line here. C.J. Shoup is the center. Paul Martin and Chad Kurt are the guards. Steve Sullivan and Andy Thompson are the 2 tackles. Brad Armstrong and Bill Drake are the double tight ends. Split backs this time. Brad McMillan split wide to the right. A little scramble here after the center snap. And Uri's going to lose more yardage. Jamie Chevalier went down in the clump back at the 44-yard line.
His body just got out in front of his legs, and he went down all by himself, and that's, of course, kind of embarrassing, but it'll happen.
Lost another 4 yards. It'll bring up second down, and 24 yards to go. Pioneers moving backwards here. They have to get down to the 20-yard line inside Saints territory. This time, Bill Drake is out wide to the right, and Millen out wide left. Chevalier back to pass. Now he's rolling to the left, going to keep the ball. Turns it up the field, crosses the 40-yard line, just inside the 40-yard line. Hit by Scott Volk, I believe it is. No, make that Bill Adelman on the far side of the field. Also over there, Scott Connor and John Tansky.
That's one thing Frank Chiodo wants Jamie Chevalier to do more of. And he can't find a receiver. Don't waste any time in thinking about running, because Chevalier is one of the fastest guys on the field.
McMillan, the flanker out wide to the right. Drake split out wide to the left. Split backs behind Chevalier. Third down, 20 yards to go, and the Saints jump offside. Jumping offside is Randy Penn on the far side of the field. So that'll get the Pioneers 5 yards closer. Now it'll be third down and 15. Change the play call a little bit as they go back into the huddle. Chevalier yet to attempt the pass. In the first drive, Central Catholic picked up 1 first down, but then fumbled the ball away, and the Pioneers were able to take over. They now have the ball in their first drive. 6:57 left to play here in the first quarter. No score. Split back behind Chevalier. Straight back to pass. Enter hurried away. It's going to be intercepted down the end zone. Having it wide open and in his sight for the Saints, I believe, was John Tansky. Excuse me, make that Chris Leadoff. Chris Leadoff had the ball. Should have been an interception to his finger. So it'll bring up fourth down and 15. I'm sure the Pioneers will go for it, although Aaron Vaughn, their punter, is coming into the ballgame. So they will punt the left. Ball spot on the 35-yard line. Josh Davis standing back at his head. Snap at the fake. McMillan has the ball. Lost it up to Brad Armstrong. It's complete. Inside the 25. Fumbled away, and the Saints come up with it. I believe the guy coming up with the fumble recovery was Scott Connor on the fake punt attempt. So Central Catholic takes over, back inside their own territory, the 23-yard line.
So officially that's a fumble, and as you say, it would not have gotten first down anyway. But officially, 1 turnover for each team here in the early going, and the play has been a little bit ragged.
Slow moving, it seems to be. Slow motion here. Split backs again behind Horton. Darrell Coma wide to the right. Simorowski in motion to that side. Fake handoff. No, they do give it off to the first man through. I believe it's Kurt Coma with the ball. Crossing the 25-yard line down near the 27. pickup of 3 yards and bring up second down and 7 yards to go.
Well, the Cardinals finally have a little something going. 2 runners on and nobody out in the 8th inning as they try to come back from a 4-1 deficit. And that's their leading. The Cardinals threatening in the top of the 8th.
Right here we have 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. A scoreless tie, 0-0. Horton has an I formation. Cimarrocki in motion from right to left. Flags all over the place, and I believe it was one of the Saints that was moving early. Moving early was John Kansky.
And that's what 3 penalties already against Central Catholic, each for 5 yards. But this is a replay of what we saw Sunday afternoon at Danville Plymouth. The penalties did not really hurt them in that game. They could hurt them here.
Doesn't seem like either team is really into the flow yet.
Actually, 2 of those penalties were accepted, 1 declined, but the Saints are making those mental mistakes.
Second down, 13 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. I formation again. Cimarrocki in motion from right to left. Pitch out goes to Billy Adelman. Has to play inside. Makes a nice step. Crosses the 25 to the 27. Spins his way down to the 29. Good pickup for Bill Adelman. Tackle on the far side of the field. Brad Armstrong on the bottom of the pile. Also over there was Bill Garnett. Give him a pickup of 7 yards in the play. It'll bring up third down. And a short 6, long 5. Well, once again, Horton had to get rid of that thing because Pioneers were in there in a hurry. I formation to get behind Horton. Third and a long 5. Back to pass. Now it's a draw play. Hand off to Adelman. We got first down. Nice game by Billy Adelman. Tackled over there by the Pioneers' strong safety, Mike Sutton. Not until Adelman crossed the 35-yard line or got near the 35 enough to pick up first down yardage.
Well, that's a nice call, and Adelman with some hard running. He spun away from one tackler, and that extra effort got him the first down.
Second first down in the ballgame for the Saints. Last time they got a first down, they fumbled away. So look out for the defensive tackles, Aiden Fleming and Steve Sullivan. They've been in the backfield quite a bit here in the early going. High formation, slot to the right-hand side. Darryl Como split out wide right. Cimarrocki in motion this side, and once again, somebody jumping for the Saints. I believe it was Rich Haggerty this time. See a 5-yard mark off against Central Catholic, and that sloppy play. Yep.
Eagerness there. But it's also a lack of concentration.
First and 15, ball marked all the way back to the 30-yard line. So the Saints again moving backwards. We've seen a lot of that so far in the first quarter. 4:05 left to go in the first period of play. 0-0 is the score. Bloomington a winner in our opening ball game over NCHS. 14-9 in a very well-played ball game. So far here, the play has been just a little bit sloppy. It'll get better as we go along. Pitch out on the right side. Bill Adelman looking to turn up, gets behind one blocker, crosses the 35, down about the 37-yard line. A lot of people over there in green jerseys making a hit. Steve Sullivan was one of them. Also over there was Paul Martin.
And Adelman, Kurt, has already carried the ball 5 times for 32 yards. 3:29 to go in a scoreless first period. He's been a busy man, and the Saints are showing already more of an ability to move the ball against Lehigh than Monmouth did. Monmouth last Friday night had one good drive, and it was helped out by a couple of penalties.
Darryl Como checked out of the ballgame for the Saints. Scott Bolt is in for him. He's wide right. Second down and 8. Horton back to throw, looking for Bolt, going deep. Got a man with him. And did a very fine job of it.
But Bolt, you could see, flew right by Carnage, and the pass was underthrown. That's what saved the play for Lehigh. A great job by Bolt to catch the ball, even though Carnage was right with him. It didn't matter because he was out of bounds, but it appears that there's a little difference in speed between Bolt and Carnage.
Well, you got to wonder where your free safety is in that situation, too.
You got to help, that's right.
Third down, 8 to go for the Central Catholic Saints. Ball spotted at their own 32-yard line. Make it to 37. High formation behind Horton. Cimarrocki flanked out wide to the right. Draw play to Como up the middle near first down yardage. It's going to be a couple of yards shot. Tackle was made by Andy Thompson. Also in there on the tackle was C.J. Shute. So the Saints will have to punt it away.
Andy Thompson, the younger brother of Lynn Thompson, who was a great player at U-High and then at Augustana.
Jim Horton will be the punter for the Saints, standing at his 27-yard line. Low snap, has trouble feeling it, shoots it around, now gets it off. Very poor punt, but it takes a Central Catholic bounce inside U-High territory, still rolling down around the 41-yard line. It'll be down there. Jim Horton got a low snap, tried to field it on one hop, couldn't do it, bobbled it, and picked it up very quickly, just got a leg on it. I was able to knock it down inside U-High territory, but the Pioneers have great field position. Let's call it the 42-yard line of U-High.
But still, with the roll, a 16-yard kick. It was about a 0-yard kick until it bounced. But there's the point you made in the first game when Dwayne Laird did not try to kick it. He really cost the team because you get something out of some sort of kick anyway.
Power formation still for the Pioneers, double tight end. Chevalier hands off to the power back. It's Beverly. A little juke move on the inside. Tries to get outside. He's not going anywhere. Going to lose a couple of yards back to the 40. A lot of people back there for the Saints. Scott Connor was one of them. Kurt Coma, another one. Coma played linebacker last year. They've got him out of that position now. Got him into strong safety. They're actually losing some poundage, if you can believe that. A 160-pounder moves to strong safety, and they bring in a smaller guy to take his place. Bill Adelman and Scott Connor, 5'9", 150 pounds. Tough kids, though. Split back, second down, 12 yards to go. Chevalier, hands off, left side, big hole. Tad Lewis crosses midfield, inside Central Catholic territory, near first down yardage. Down to the 47-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Pioneers inside the Saints territory. Nice run by the sophomore. A minute and 12 seconds left to play here and counting. 0-0 is the score in the first quarter.
And the Cardinals did not score in that 8th inning. They had a couple out, nobody out, but could not take advantage of the opportunity. It's still 4-1 Mets with New York batting in the 8th.
Split back, handoff goes to Beverly this time. Flag on the play. Beverly picks up about one. Flagerty in on the tackle. Also Kurt Coma. Let's wait and see what the flag's all about. Holding is going to be the call against the Pioneers, and I'm sure Central Catholic will back them up a little bit. We've had more penalties in this first quarter than we had the entire ball game against Bloomington Normal. Teams having a little trouble getting their feet under them and getting themselves into the flow of this ball game.
We've had 2 penalties accepted for each team now, and at least one other one that was not accepted. So yeah, 5 penalties, and that's how many we've had in the Bloomington Normal Community ball game.
45 seconds left to play in this first period, and as we look, the North Bleachers, there's all the people in it are moving to the east side. Something exciting must be going on at the concession stand. Must be having a sale on hot dogs. Split back to the Pioneers. Handoff goes to Beverly. Got a nice hole on the left side. Gets near midfield, but then hit and dropped at the 49, still inside U.I. territory. Not until he picked up 6 yards on the play. Tackled over there on the far side of the field by Scott Connor. Also here making the hit was Greg Massey, the nose guard.
Good hard run by Beverly.
10 seconds left to play here in the first period. And counting. I doubt if we get a play off here, and it'll be 0-0. A scoreless tie at the end of one period of play here in the second ball game of the intercity doubleheader between the U.I. Pioneers and the Central Catholic Saints. We'll be back for the second period after this.
Now at Finnegan's Audio Video, the #1 format in the country can be used with VHS or Beta. Finnegan's prices start at just $8.99 for the CCD V8 Video 8 camera recorder. It delivers up to 50% better video quality, is compact and easy to handle, and features superb color picture and sound.
This team
With a turnover, so it's very even.
as the score indicates, double tight end, split back, Chevalier hands off, Tad Lewis over the middle of the field, crosses the midfield stripe, down inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. Good hard running by Tad Lewis, tackled by Rob Lippick. Also in there on the hit was Scott Connor.
And Lewis and Beverly, a pair of sophomores, getting a lot of opportunities to run the football. We did not see nearly as much of them, although we did see some of them in the Monmouth game Friday night.
You know, they list him as 5'10" and 6 foot, but they look bigger than that to me, especially Chad Lewis. They're listing him as 5'10", 170. It's a little bit taller than that, though. It really fills out the pads.
The Mets did not score in the 8th inning, and so we're heading to the 9th now. Last chance for the Cardinals. They trail 4-1.
Timeout on the field. I believe the Saints calling the timeout. At any rate, there's 11:23 left to play in the first half. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back after this.
The high-speed business form Web Press at Ron Smith Printing Company can print 25,000 impressions per hour, and that means you can get your business forms in huge quantities very fast. The high-speed business form Web Press is just one of the modern pieces of equipment at Ron Smith. They continue to keep pace with the latest advances in printing, so you're assured of getting the best quality printing possible. The staff at Ron Smith Printing know their business. They're always ready and willing to help you plan all your printing needs. They combine your ideas with their expert know-how to help your business stand ahead visually and operate efficiently. For the finest quality business forms, including computer forms, for all types of commercial printing, let Ron Smith's experience work for you. Their state-of-the-art equipment and professional knowledge make them Central Illinois' most complete printing service. See Ron Smith Printing Company at 817 East Front Street in Bloomington, or phone 827-803.
Ball inside Central Catholic territory at the 44-yard line. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. High formation behind Jamie Chevalier. Double tight end Brad McMillan out wide right. And up fake to the tailback. Now they're going deep for Brad Armstrong. Knocked away by Jim Horton. Horton waits for that one all the way as Brad Armstrong, the only one back there deep. And Jimmy Horton playing that center field position well.
And really, it was Armstrong who turned into the defender there. Horton had it measured. He had the beat on it, and Armstrong took a swing at the ball and knocked it to the field.
So it's going to turn out to be a battle of the kickers here as Aaron Vaughn will come in to punt the ball away for Huron. Back to receive it, Josh Davis settling in around the 15-yard line. Also back there, Kurt Toma and Mark Chenoa. Snap is a little bit low. Vaughn picks it up. Just a wobbly spiral. Fielded by Chenoa. Nice little move to get away from the original line of fire. And then he's back up at the 20-yard line, making the play downfield. For the Pioneers was Chad Kirk.
He caught that ball in some traffic. It seemed like the coverage team for U-High froze a little bit, as if they thought maybe he called for a fair catch. He got a little more yardage there than he probably should have.
Central Catholic prides itself on their special teams. Year after year, they have some awful good special team players.
The Cardinals have a leadoff man on in the 9th inning as they bat, trailing 4-1 at New York.
High formation for the Saints as they start 1st and 10 their own 20-yard line. Chenoa in motion, left to right, pitch out goes to Adams, cuts inside, then he's hit and dropped. No, he isn't dropped, but they're calling forward progress stop at the 21-yard line. Andy Thompson in there, also in there making the hit. Mike Sutton, the strong safety, along with a host of other green jersey Pioneers.
Some other baseball scores. Cincinnati leading San Francisco 4-3 in the 8th inning. It's Toronto over New York, 4-3 in the 7th. Detroit and Milwaukee are tied 1-1 in the 6th. And Cleveland leads Minnesota 8-7 in the 8th inning. Cubs beat Montreal this afternoon 8-4.
High formation again for Central Catholic. Chenoa is the slot to the left-hand side. Horton rolling left, back to throw, throws downfield, man open spot. Darren Paul with the catch, 1st down yardage. Gets it down to the 33-yard line where he's tackled there. Making the hit, Andy Thompson and Jamie Chevalier, but not until Darrell Toma picked up 1st down yardage for the Saints, and I believe that's Jim Horton's 1st completion.
And it was a nice pass. Toma right in the seam there of the zone, and Horton does a nice job of finding it.
1st and 10 for the Saints. That's their first down of the 2nd period. 1st possession in the 2nd period. And again, they have a slot right. High formation behind Horton. Toma and Adelman. Handoff goes to Adelman. Right side. Moves away from the tackle. Crosses the 40 now. Across the 45. Down to the 47-yard line. Making the hit for the Pioneers in the defensive backfield was Mike Sutton. Also in there, Brad McMillan and Phil Carnac. Nice run by Bill Adelman. 1st down yardage again for the Saints. 2 in a row. And the ball spotted at the 47-yard line.
And Adelman's already up to 45 yards. Good here with still 9.5 minutes to go, and what's so far been a scoreless first half.
Carried the ball 7 times already, too. He's the tailback in the I formation. Cimarowski the slot to the left-hand side. Darryl Toma is the wide receiver on that side. Option play. Horton has the ball. Flag on the play. Horton now pitches up to Cimarowski. He's knocked that out inside UI territory at the 40-yard line. We'll have to wait and see what the flag was, but it was thrown in the area where the blockers are.
Yeah, you would expect it to be against the Saints, and that will negate a very nice play.
What they did that time is Cimarowski was the slot. They brought him in motion, and he became the pitch man. And they faked to the tailback on the right-hand side, and then Horton had the option to the side, wide open, ran it for a while, then pitched it out.
With Adelman gaining 45 yards in 7 carries, he's a very effective man to take it to. That really throws the U High defense and made for a nice opening, but unfortunately it'll be brought back to the Saints.
Illegal block called against Central Catholic, so all for naught. He picked up about 13 yards on the play, I think. That's going to be negated. And it's going to end up, you're going to end up losing, almost 20 yards on the play because the ball's brought all the way back to the 39-yard line. So almost a 20-yard difference there because of the illegal block. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Now they're going to change it to the 39.
Yeah, it could be there.
I knew it was a 20-yard loss somewhere in there.
Well, they have to mark it from the point of the infraction, not from the line of scrimmage. I think that was what caused the confusion there.
Ball to 39. First down, 20 yards to go. Horton, high formation. Looks like he might be changing off the line of scrimmage. Slot to the right-hand side. Handoff goes to Adam on the left-hand side. He's got nowhere to go. Gets back to the 40. In on the tackle this time. Looks like Rob Wills was one of them, also in there, Aiden Clement. 8 minutes, 35 seconds to play here in the first half. 0-0 still the score. Mike Sutton now checks into the Pioneer defensive lineup. Checking out is Paul Martin, the defensive lineman. High formation, slot to the right. Saints have the ball. Second down, 19 yards to go. Martin back to pass. C.J. Shoup is all and drops him down at the 30-yard line. Big loss against the Saints, and C.J. Shoup, the defensive end here on the near side, made a nice play on a good pass rush. Drops the Saints all the way back to the 31-yard line. And that'll bring up third down. And 25 yards to go. Lost about 6 yards on the play. We'll probably see something fairly safe here from the Saints.
Well, we were anticipating defense, and that's what we've gotten here so far.
Split back this time for Central Catholic. Cimarowski the flanker to the right. Darryl Toma out wide left. Horton back to pass, looking for a screen, trying to set up. There it is. Toma's got it to 30. No blockers in front of him, though. He is hit and dropped. Another flag on the play. Brad Armstrong, the initial hit, and then Mike Sutton came up and finished him off along with Andy Thompson and Bill Drake. Flag on the play. I imagine if it's against Central Catholic, UI will decline it and take the ball. Jimmy Jones now conferring with one of the officials down here on the near sideline. Looking it over, let's see what happens. Boy, a lot of penalties here. No flag at all, they say. No flag on the play. So the play stands as a 5-yard pickup. And it'll bring up fourth down and a little bit over 20.
The Cardinals have scored a run in the ninth inning. They are still batting, trying to come back. 4-2 in favor of the New York Mets.
7 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here in the first half. Jim Horton back to punt it away. Beverly and I believe Tad Lewis are the return men. Low snap again for Horton, second time in a row. He picks it up on one out this time, though. Beverly fields the punt, steps inside a tackler. Nice move by Beverly. Comes to the outside to get a block. Might go. He gets the block. Inside Central Catholic territory. Running it out. Inside the 40-yard line. Got some nice blocks on the far side of the field. Now, what a nice piece of running that time by Brian Beverly as he advanced the ball all the way down to the 37-yard line. Tackled by Kurt Toma on the far side of the field.
A 32-yard return. Boy, Beverly stepped inside the first tackler. That was the key, and then he has the speed to get outside and cause some big damage.
They take over inside Central Catholic territory. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle. And for a few yards, Tad Lewis. Let's give him a pickup of 2. It'll be second down and 8. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. 6.5 minutes left to play here. In the ball game first half. Pioneers had 0-0 is the score. Split back, both sophomores behind all-senior offensive front. Double tight end. Carnat's out wide left. Handoff goes up the right-hand side with the ball is Brian Beverly. He picks up about 4 yards. Let's give him 3.5. And that'll bring up third down and a long 4, short 5. Ball spotted just outside the 32-yard line inside Central Catholic territory.
Again, we're keeping our eye on that Cardinal game, keeping our ear to the ground on that one. 4-2. Cardinals batting in the 9th inning, trailing the Mets at Shea Stadium.
Split back, Carnat's out wide to the left. Hand off on a little cross play. Goes to Tad Lewis. He is hit and dropped at the 30-yard line, making the hit over there. Chris Meadoff also over there on the play with Billy Adelman.
And just now we received some tremendous news for the Cardinals. Willie McGee has just hit a 2-run homer, and it is tied 4-4 in the 9th inning at Shea Stadium. What a big win that would be if the Cardinals can come back and get it. We'll continue to keep you up to date.
Right here, it's a big fourth down play for the Pioneers. 4th down and 3. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line inside Central Catholic territory. Hand off the football. And Central Catholic dodges a bullet. Make that Richard West, not Rob Lippick. Richard West with the fumble recovery. And on 4th down, Uli comes up shy. Central Catholic comes up with the ball and gives Scott Connor a lot of credit as he was in the backfield very quickly to make a hit.
Yeah, he was able to get the Chevrolet before the handoff was made, and that's what caused the ball to go flying free. And Richard West was in the right spot. It bounced right into his arms. He's a big guy, and he fell on it and held on, and that's a big turnover against Uli, their second turnover of the game.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line inside Central Catholic territory. 4:45 left to play in a scoreless first half. Horton hands off on the right-hand side to Tolma. He bounces off one tackle, crosses the 35-yard line. Give him a pickup of 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up second down and 7. It has definitely been a defensive struggle. Neither offensive team been able to do much. I'll be surprised if either team so far is over 100 yards in total offense. Saints with the ball. Second down, 7 yards to go. 4:15 left to play in the game first half. 0-0 is the score. Billy Adelman this time in motion from his tailback position. Horton rolling out to his right. Wants to throw it. Got Adelman right here on the sideline. Hits him. Adelman at the 40. Spins away from the tackler. Hustles his way down to the 44-yard line. Bill Drake and C.J. Chuk also in on the tackle. Another first down for the Saints as Horton has the time to throw the ball rolling out to his right.
Well, we've seen some periods of effectiveness for both offenses. They've not been able to sustain it. A lot of mistakes by both offenses. And, of course, the defenses have something to do with that, too.
With the I formation, slot to the left-hand side. Fake handoff again, back to pass, looking for Haggerty. He throws it to Chenoa, just shy of him, inside Uli territory. Battles his way down to the 45-yard line. So he's tackled there. Phil Carnant and Andy Thompson making the hit, but not until they picked up another first down. Cimarowski and Haggerty in the same position there, and Martin Cimarowski came up with a first down reception.
The Cardinals did not score anymore in the 9th inning. So they are tied as the Mets bat now with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. It's 4-4. The Cardinals came from 3 runs down there in the 9th.
3 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the first half. 0-0 is the score. Central Catholic has the ball inside Uli territory. Handoff goes to Adelman, and he's going to lose a yard. Nice defensive play. Andy Thompson was back there very quickly. C.J. Shoup also in there to help out. Loss of a yard. Adelman is a very busy fellow. He's caught a pass, and he's run the ball, I believe, 9 times for 45 yards. That's about all their offense. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play here in the first half. And as we pointed out in the pregame show, it is a defensive struggle. Offenses have been stuttering a little bit, but you got to give credit to the defense for that. Split back, Horton back to throw, looking down the middle, looking for Haggerty for the intercepted and drop. Bill Drake on the coverage right in front of Haggerty. Rich Haggerty did a nice job of keeping Bill Drake from coming up with the interception. Good play on both sides of the coin.
Boy, absolutely. Haggerty just muscled that ball away from Drake. He was on his back, and he had to reach around and grab his arms, and he just tore his arms away from the ball, or Drake would have had the interception. A great defensive play by the offensive receiver, Rich Haggerty, of the Saints.
Third down, 11 yards to go. Ball spotted inside UI's territory at the 46-yard line. Horton straight back to pass, looking again, getting some pressure from the inside, throws it out in the flat to Alleman. Makes a move to the inside, gets back to the line of scrimmage and then some. About a yard gain. Ball spotted just at the 45-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th down and 10. And I believe the Saints will pump this one away with 2:05 left to go here in the first half. Good pressure on the inside by Steve Sullivan.
And then as soon as he turned away from Sullivan, Chad Kirk was there waiting for him on the outside, and Kirk really gave Horton a belt as he released that ball.
Lewis and Beverly back to receive the punt. Good snap this time. Horton gets away a good punt. Lewis lets it go over his head and into the end zone. Good decision by Tad Lewis. 45-yard punt by Jim Horton. Sails into the end zone. And the Pioneers, with 1:44 left to play in the first half, will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. It's 0-0.
And given how this game has gone, Kurt, I don't know how daring you want to be here. Fairly deep in your own territory, scoreless game, 1:44 to go in the half. You certainly don't want to make a mistake here.
Yeah, I'd say not very daring. UI has 2 timeouts left. Central Catholic has all 3, so we might see John McIntyre use some of these timeouts here. Split backs behind Jamie Chevalier. Brad McMillan out wide right. Handoff goes on the left-hand side. It's Tad Lewis picking up big yardage. 6 yards on the play across the 25-yard line. Make it 7 yards. Give him 7 to the 27-yard line. And timeout is called by the Pioneers. Timeout on the field. 1:33 left to play here in the first half. It's a scoreless tie, 0-0, and we'll be back with a final minute and a half after this. Are back at Hancock Stadium. 1 minute and 33 seconds left to play here in the first half of the second game in the intercity doubleheader. The first game won by Bloomington, 14-9 over Mellow Community. This ball game 0-0. UI has the ball. Second down, 3 yards to go. Ball 5 to 27, deep inside their own territory. Split back behind Chevalier, 2 sophomores. Handoff goes to Beverly. He just holds his head, gets down about the 29. A little bit past the 29, just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be an inch shy of the first down.
And Beverly's just shy. The ball right at the 30, so they don't have to measure because the stick is just on the other side of the 30. But it's less than a foot, that's for sure.
1 minute, 5 seconds to play here in the first half. And officials timeout now on the field, looking like it might be an equipment problem for one of the players. They just moved the ball backwards. What's going on here, folks?
The Pioneers lost an inch or 2 there. Again, the Cardinals tied it in the 9th inning with 3 runs at New York, and the Mets are batting in the last of the 9th. It's 4-4.
Double tight end right here for the Pioneers. Split back. Lewis and Beverly. Chevalier going for first down yardage, rolls his way across the 30 and fumbles it away. Struggling for extra yardage, lost control of the ball, but I think the Pioneers fell back on it. Let's see who the heads-up player was there. Number 59, Steve Sullivan. So first down for the Pioneers. That is their 3rd first down of the ball game. I think it's the first of the second quarter. All on the ground. 40 seconds to play here in the first half. 0-0 is the score. Pioneers have the football. Chevalier rolling out, wants to throw the ball. Out to McMillan, off his fingertips, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 33 seconds to play in the first half.
Now we get word that it was Terry Pendleton who hit that 2-run homer, not Willie McGee, but Terry Pendleton hit it. 4-4 the score. The Cardinals have tied New York, and the Mets now trying to change that as they batted the last of the night.
As long as he's got the Cardinal uniform on. We don't care who it was.
That's the key, yeah.
As long as he's the Cardinal uniform. Second down, 10 yards to go. Double tied in Armstrong and Drake. Chevalier back to throw it, looking deep, bobbing it downfield from McMillan. He's there. Intercepted. Scott Polk is going to come up with the interception, I believe, for the Saints. Down at the 35-yard line, so the Saints will have the ball with 26 seconds to play in their own territory. Ball was thrown up for grabs to McMillan. McMillan was there, but so was Scott Polk.
Well, the Pioneer offense has been a little more potent than it was last Friday, but now they're turning it over. That's their third of the game. I'm not sure they had a turnover, maybe one, against Monmouth. That wasn't their problem. The offense simply couldn't move the ball. Now they move it a little, but as soon as they do, they turn it over.
First and 10 for the Saints. They have one timeout remaining. 8 seconds, now 7. They'll just run this last play and get it over with. The draw play. Adelman is drilled by Brad Armstrong. Whoa, what a hit there. Adelman picked up about 2 yards on the play, and then Armstrong just rode him back about 3 more. Bill Adelman felt that hit. And that's the end of the first half. A good play to end it on. A defensive struggle, and they ended on a defensive play. 0-0 is the score. Central Catholic and UI locked up in a scoreless battle. They got the playoff. UI's in the playoff. You got some awfully good football team at Farmville Catholic.
Absolutely.
Right here we've got a scoreless tie and 2 pretty good defensive football teams. UI's offense will be on the field first as they're getting ready to return this opening second half kickoff. Ready to kick the ball away for Central Catholic will be Scott Polk, as the Saints will have their defensive unit out on the field for the first series of downs here in the second half. 0-0 is the score. 14-9 was their score in the first ball game of the doubleheader. BHS the winner over Noble Community. First time since when? 1982. The Raiders have beat the Ironmen, and Terry McComb, as he said, is ecstatic. Scott Polk waiting for the signal from the officials to get this second half underway. Deep to receive the ball is Tad Lewis. Scott Leapers is also back there, along with Kevin Lobb. Here's the kick. It's deep. Going to go to Kevin Lobb. That's at 12. Lobb takes it up the middle of the field. Got a little running room. Across the 30, 35, down to the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. And Central Catholic is saying he fumbled the ball away, and they've got it. Let's wait. The officials say the same thing. Fumble on the play. Central Catholic comes away with it, and I believe Rob Lippick is the one that's going to get credit for the fumble recovery. Steve Lobb. Sorry about that, Steve. Kevin Lobb, Steve's son, is guilty of a fumble here on the first series, or the first play of the second half. And Rod Lippick comes up with the fumble recovery.
And that's the 4th turnover against the Pioneers.
Ball inside UI territory, spotted at the 37-yard line. Handoff goes to Adelman, got some running room on the left side, crosses the 30. Nice tackle downfield. Open field tackle by Brad McMillan. Stops Adelman very close to first down yardage, and Bill comes up limping just a little bit.
Well, Adelman's been a busy guy, and the Saints certainly able to run the ball much more successfully in this game than they did against Andrew Schwarman on Sunday.
It's going to be second down and less than a yard. Ball spotted just inside the 28-yard line. High formation behind Jim Horton. Handoff goes to Toma. He's got first down yardage. Bumps his way across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Tackle on the play by Bill Armstrong, also Andy Thompson. Aiden Fleming also down there on the bottom of the pile. Checking out the lineup now, strong safety Mike Sutton coming into the lineup will be Paul Martin. Let's see if they go to a 5-man front.
The Cardinals have just scored a run in the top of the 10th inning. We'll get some more detail here in a moment on how they got it, but they lead 5-4 at New York in the top of the 10th.
5-man defensive front for the Pioneers. Adelman gets the handoff from his tailback position, gets maybe a yard. There's a flag on the play. And very late flag, too. Somebody's going to be called for a personal foul, I would guess. Jim White near the officials, clapping his hands, pointing as if it's going against the Pioneers. This could be the break that gets somebody on the scoreboard right here, Dick. A penalty is going to be called against UI.
Well, the Pioneers have been making too many mistakes. A couple of big ones here right at the start of the third period, giving the Saints a big opportunity, and a touchdown would look pretty big the way this game is going. I believe the information we're getting is that Tommy Herr has driven Vince Coleman home with the potential winning run in what could be a giant victory for the Cardinals. 5-4, St. Louis leading now, still batting in the top of the 10th at Shea Stadium.
Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Pioneers. The penalty marches the ball all the way down inside the 15, down to about the 12.5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Saints. I formation, slot to the left-hand side for Central Catholic. Now Cimarowski in motion. Pitch out goes to Adelman on the right side. Tries to cut it outside, no room there. Puts it back inside the foul, down to the 2, maybe down to the 1-yard line. Before being hauled down there by Phil Carnant. Also over there, Steve Sullivan. And they were just kind of following Bill Adelman down inside the 2-yard line, down to about the 1. Let's call it the 2. The officials backed it up a little bit. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Well, what a nice run by Billy Adelman. The Saints are charged up now. They know this is a big opportunity for them.
Well, that penalty, that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Pioneers, may be the start that the Saints need to get in the end zone.
Quickly, more good news from New York for the Cardinals. An RBI ground out off the bat of Dan Dreesen makes it 6-4.
I formation behind Jim Horton. 1st and goal from the 2. Slot to the right. Hand off Adelman. Surges into the line. 9:48 left to go in the 3rd period, and we have the game's first score. Bill Adelman puts Central Catholic on top 6-0. A 2-yard run by the 5'9", 155-pound junior. Breaks the scoreless tie.
37 yards in 4 plays, and a big play, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and of course it was all set up by the fumble recovery by Rob Lippick.
Scott Holt on to attempt the extra point. Saints a little confused on their alignment. Snap is a good one. The kick is blocked. Blocked by the middle of that defensive line. Scott Leapers is the guy that got right through the middle and blocked it. So the score is 6-0. Central Catholic has the lead. 9:48 left to go in the 3rd period. We'll be back with the Saints kickoff after this.
In the top of the 10th, St. Louis 6, New York 4.
For only $1 per tape per day at Finnegan's, you can take home the best of Hollywood. That's right. Tape rental at Finnegan's is just $1 per tape per day, 7 days a week. Finnegan's has over 8,000 tapes to choose from, and their lifetime membership is free. They even have free popcorn. So if someone tries to sell you some beachfront property at Padgeway, you should be a little skeptical. But if someone says you can buy Hollywood for $1 at Finnegan's, believe it. Finnegan's Video Rental, 1301 Morrissey Drive in Bloomington, open Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 10. And now joining at Finnegan's, Hoosiers, starring Gene Hackman.
Asking you guys, Lexington beat Taylor at 34-0. You asked for a score, and guys back at the station get it for you. That's nervous. 6-0, 9:48 left to play here in the 3rd period. Central Catholic with the lead. Scott Holt set to kick it off. Jamie Chevalier this time is deep. Rick is going over to the right-hand side. Chevalier has it at the 18. Across the 20, 30, across the 40, out to the 45-yard line. Good return by Jamie Chevalier. First cover, Scott Holt.
Jamie Chevalier, the ball carrier.
And Scott Connor in on the tackle, but another good return for the Pioneers. Gives them good field position. This will be their first offensive series here in the 2nd half as they fumbled away the opening kickoff to start the half.
Boy, Jamie needed another half step there, and he would have been gone. As we said earlier, he can fly if he gets into the open field.
Splitbacks behind Chevalier. McMillan out wide to the right. Drake out wide left. Handoff on the inside goes to Tad Lewis. Nowhere to go for Lewis. He picks up a yard. We'll be generous to him. Give him a yard. 2nd down and 9.
So the Cardinals are out now in the top of the 10th, but they scored twice, and they have an opportunity to win a big game at New York. They lead 6-4 with the Mets batting in the last of the 10th.
Splitbacks again behind Chevalier. Out wide to the right here is Drake. Wide left is Carnatz, and there's a flag. Make it Carnatz wide right, Drake wide left. Flag all over the place as Connor just wrestles Chevalier down to the turf. Really no need for that, though. The whistle was blown before the snap of the ball.
Yeah, I think Chevalier is a little upset and possibly had reason to.
I'd say rightly so. Penalty is going to be marked off against Central Catholic. Into the neutral zone. 5-yard mark off brings up 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
The 4, 5, 6 hitters do in the Mets 10th inning, and we'll keep you advised.
Carnatz wide right, Drake wide to the left, splitbacks again behind Chevalier. 2nd down and 5 for the Pioneers. They're trailing 6-0. Chevalier now rolling right, wants to dump it off, does to Armstrong, knocked out of bounds, just maybe shy of 1st down yard. It's flag on the play. Kurt Toma on the hit, also over here, Scott Bolt.
And that's the first completion of the night for the Pioneers, if it stands. I'm sorry, the first completion for Chevalier. McMillan threw that one pass that was complete.
And it's going to be all for naught as the penalty is going to be marked off against the Pioneers. Talking to defensive captain Kurt Toma, illegal block against the Pioneers. That's the 2nd call of that kind, I think, against Uhi tonight. 8.5 minutes left to play here in the 3rd period. 6-0. Central Catholic leads on the strength of a 2-yard run by Bill Adelman. Just over a minute ago. 2nd down and 16 yards to go for UI. McMillan goes wide to the left. Drake is wide to the right. And once again, Central Catholic jumps off sides, and things get a little silly when you see penalties like that.
Yeah.
Jumping off sides for the Saints is Greg Massey.
Yeah, you know, it seemed like he was just barely over the plane there. He didn't move very much. He must have been lined up real close to the line of scrimmage.
He plays the nose guard. He's playing a defensive tackle now, and they usually like to get up there tight. That's the 6th penalty against the Saints. Chevalier back to pass, straight back to pass. Now has to scramble up into the pocket across the 45. Another flag on the play. Near midfield, Chevalier is stacked up there. Griffith is in there. Also in there, Scott Connor. Flag will probably go against Uhi, the thrown in the direction of where the blocking is taking place. Kurt Toma also getting up late, along with fellow linebacker Bill Adelman. Well, they're calling it against Central Catholic. Let's see what happens. Brad Armstrong right up there, clapping his hands like, yeah, could be called against them. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Saints. I believe it's an automatic 1st down, isn't it, Dick?
This is only a 5-yard mark-off, an unflagrant, or is it only 5? Now he's marching a little further. Yeah, they're going to pin him back.
I'll tell you, the officials are moving about as slow as the game. Slow motion. Stepping the ball off, it'll be spotted just outside the 45-yard line. And evidently no 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Just a minute ago it was 2nd down and 16. We've had 2 penalties since that, and Central Catholic has now made it a 2nd down and 1 because of 2 penalties.
Well, the final is in. The Cardinals won it over the Mets, 6-4. What a big win for St. Louis this evening. They lead the Mets now by 2.5 games.
Chevalier on a quarterback sneak is close to 1st down yardage. I believe he'll cross the 45 and pick up the 1st down. Tackled by a host of Saints. Randy Penn, one of them. And it's 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
So that guarantees the Cardinals will leave New York in 1st place. That's a big win for them.
That's a big win, especially coming from behind. That's going to pick them up a little bit. Pioneers are going to try to come from behind here. 7.5 minutes to play in the 3rd period. Split backs behind Jamie Chevalier. He hands off to his big fullback, Brian Beverly. He picks up about 6 yards on the play, but guess what, folks? Another flag. Flag on the play, thrown by the linesman. Let's have to wait and see what happens here. Holding called against UI. Well, it was their turn, I guess, wasn't it? Boy, just kind of rotating the penalties. Let's see. Now, the next one will be against Central Catholic. Talking it over with Captain Kurt Thoma.
A total now of 112 yards, 7 penalties against the Saints, and 5 against the Pioneers. It's been worse here in the second half than it was in the first.
Yeah, maybe that water was just too bad to drink. Maybe they should have stayed away from the old water jugs. Markoff goes all the way back inside UI territory at the 46-yard line. That'll bring up first down and about 20 yards to go. First and 20, ball inside the Pioneer territory at the 46-yard line. Chevalier has McMillan wide left, double tied in. Handoff goes to Tad Lewis. Breaks away from a couple of tacklers. He's inside Central Catholic territory. Nice move. Across the 30 now. 25-20. Inside the 20 down to the 18. Great run by Tad Lewis, the sophomore tailback.
And no penalty flags on that one. Boy, Lewis gives you a good second effort. It looked like he was down after about a 5-yard gain. Then 5 or 6 yards later, it looked like he would go down again. But he kept running, and the speed of Jim Horton prevented the touchdown.
A pickup of 37 yards for Tad Lewis. And a nice bit of running. It was just a power play off the right-hand side. He broke a couple of tackles and cut it out to the left side. Picked up big yardage. Ball spotted inside the 20. Down to the 17, 18-yard line. Handoff this time to Beverly. He powers his way forward. Make that Scott Leapers. Not Beverly. Scott Leapers picks up yardage down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Pick up 3 yards, make it 4. 4 yards on the play. Second down and 6. Clock moving, 6.5 and counting in the third period. Central Catholic leads by a touchdown, 6-0. Split back, double tight end. McMillan out wide left. Chevalier hands off Leapers again off the right-hand side. Keeps the legs churning. Gets down to about the 12-yard line. Picks up a couple of more. It'll bring up third down and 4 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 12 inside Central Catholic territory. And Dick, you mentioned that Aaron Vaughn, the kicker for UI, has got a decent leg.
Yes, he's a good kicker. And did not have, well, he did try one field goal. I forget how long it was, and he missed one, but he's certainly capable of making one at this point on the field.
Again, double tight end for the Pioneers. Handoff goes this time. Lewis off the left-hand side near the 10-yard line. Tripped up just shy of that. Down on the bottom of the pile for the Saints was John Murphy.
He had some help. I think it was Murphy who got to him first. They were really ready for that play, and now Frank Chiodo has a decision to make here. If they were going to try a field goal, it would be about a 29 or 30-yarder, and I think Vaughn, as I said a moment ago, is capable of making that field goal, but it looks like they're going for it.
McMillan brings the play in from the sideline. Split back, double tight end. McMillan goes wide left. Fourth down, they got about 3.5 yards to go. Ball spot at the 11-yard line. Handoff fake to one side. Now they give to Tad Lewis. He pumps inside the 10, but he's not going to get first down yardage. He got just inside the 10-yard line. Good play by the left side of that defense for Central Catholic. Chris Leadoff in there. Rob Lippick also in there. Scott Connor from his linebacker position on support. And a good defensive play by the Saints to stop the Pioneers on down.
Well, they just announced the Cardinal final to the crowd here at Hancock, and that draws a bit of a roar from those who have hung around. Of course, a lot of the Bloomington and Normal fans have taken off. The Raiders fans are celebrating, and the Normal community fans are looking toward next week's game.
Handoff on first down goes to Josh Davis, I believe, in the lineup. The tailback picks up a yard off the right-hand side. Tackle over there by Andy Thompson, also Bill Drake over there. Give Davis a gain of a yard. It'll bring up second down and 9. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the third period. Central Catholic with the ball and the lead, 6-0.
Boy, the Pioneers have that big play from Chad Lewis, and then it just stopped. They were not able to sustain it, and that's been the story really for both offenses.
Split backs this time behind Orton. Excuse me, Dick.
Well, I was just going to say, the Saints have the one sustained drive for the touchdown.
Handoff goes to Tony. He's got a hole on the right side. Big hole. Crosses the 25 up near the 30-yard line. Tackle over there by Jamie Chevalier. Also in on the hit, Brad McMillan and Phil Carnass, but not until first down was picked up by Kurt Toma. Big yardage for Toma. 19 yards on the pickup. Ball is spotted just at the 30-yard line, still in Saint territory. We're under 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play now in the third period. Daryl Toma comes out wide left. Cimarosky is the flanker to the right. Split backs, Toma and Josh Davis. Cimarosky in motion to the near side. Handoff goes to Toma, and he goes nowhere. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. All kind of people there. Paul Martin was there. Also in there was Steve Sullivan. Aiden Fleming in there. A couple of linebackers as well. Toma gets a yard on forward progress. So we're got second down and 9.
The only touchdown came early in the third quarter. It was set up by a fumble recovery by Rob Lippick. Central Catholic marching 37 yards. The final 2 by Billy Adelman, who's been the big runner for the Saints in this game.
Adelman not in there this series either. Josh Davis giving him a little spell right now. Get a chance to see him do some moves. Split back, Cimarosky in motion right to left. Fake handoff, now the pitch off to Davis, bobbles it, then gets it back on the far sideline. Is going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. A couple of good hits on the far sideline. One of them put on by Steve Sullivan.
Well, that had to be a little scary for the Central coaching staff as Davis bobbled that ball, but he has good hands. He did a good job to gather it back in just before he was hit.
Well, you know, I don't know why there's so many sweeps run to the near side of the field, too, Dick. I think I'd come to the far side every time, the wide side of the field.
Well, the advantage to doing that is the defense is usually not pointed in that direction.
I formation this time. Davis is the tailback in the eye. Handoff goes to him off the right side. He's hit and dropped. Nice tackle in the backfield. Making the hit again, Steve Sullivan, playing an awful good defensive tackle position here. UI's gone to a 5-man front occasionally. Paul Martin will come in for the strong safety, as they were that time, as the nose guard. And they'll go with a 5-3. Worked pretty well in that series that time. Central Catholic gains no yards at all. Bring up 4th and 10. And Jimmy Horton will have to punt away. Beverly and Lewis back to receive it. Good punt by Horton, way up high. Fielded and fumbled by Beverly's having trouble with it, but he comes away. I think he's all right. Either he or Lewis recovered it back at the 35-yard line, so UI will have possession inside their own territory, 1st and 10.
A 35-yard kick there, so he's kicked the ball 4 times now and averaged about 32 yards.
Pioneers have it for the 3rd time in the second half. The first time they only had it for about 15 seconds as Kevin Lobb received the opening kickoff of the second half and promptly fumbled it away. That led to the only score in the ball game. A 2-yard run by Bill Adelman with 9:48 to play in the 3rd period is where we stand right now. There's 1 minute and 45 to play in this 3rd period. Pioneers with the ball, trying to put together a little drive here and get them back in the ball game. Chevalier still the quarterback. Handoff fake to the tailback. Chevalier now rolling out to the right. Got some room. Turns the corner. Is going to be hit and drilled out of bounds. Good step on the near sideline by one of the defensive backs for Central Catholic. I believe that was Mark Cimarosky over here on the near side, knocking Chevalier out of bounds. Near first down yardage, though, Chevalier was able to get around that corner and turn it upfield.
And that's what he was not doing. He was not taking advantage of some opportunities to run with the ball in the 6-0 loss to Monmouth. Jamie Chevalier has done much better in that area so far this evening. He's had a couple of good-sized runs, and that sets up it is a first down. He did get enough. Just barely.
1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Bill Carnatz checks in. Brad McMillan checks out. We'll go slot to the left-hand side. Carnatz the slot man. Drake out wide to the left. Split backs behind Chevalier. Rolling out to his left, looking to throw the ball. Pumps left now, drops it into his shoulder. Picks up first across the 50-yard line. Good yardage inside Central Catholic territory. down to the 49, and once again, Chevalier tucked it under his arm and took off running. A minute 19 to play here in the third period.
And Chevalier went to the sidelines, taking the opportunity while he was over there to get something from his coaching staff. Now he's back in the huddle. When he runs like that, that'll open up some other parts of his game. He'll force Central to respect his running ability. That'll give him more time to throw the ball as he's rolling out.
Drake this time coming out wide right. McMillan is the slot to that side. Split backs again behind Chevalier. He's going to roll to the right this time. Wants to throw it, does. Throws it very poorly out to McMillan. They're going to call a pass interference call against Kurt Thoma. Brad McMillan was tripped from behind by Thoma. The official over here on the near sideline threw the flag, and it'll be pass interference against the Saints.
Well, again, we were talking about this during the Bloomington normal game. The defender has to induce some contact there, and he really didn't. They just seemed to get tangled up against one another. The other point is there's no way the pass is going to be completed, and that is justification for not calling the interference.
But it's called here, and it marks it all the way down inside the 35-yard line, inside Saint territory. Another first down for the Pioneers. That is their second in this drive, I think. Second in this drive, so they've got something going. McMillan comes out, flanked wide to the right. Double tight end, split backs behind Chevalier. Leapers and Lewis. Chevalier gets the handoff, rolls to the right, got a block on the outside, wants to throw it, does, and throws it up for grabs. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Scott Polk, I believe, his second interception of the evening. They were trying to hit McMillan. The ball was popped up in the air. Polk made the reaction, came away with the interception. A great play by Scott Polk, his second interception of the evening.
And that is turnover number 5 against the U-High Pioneers. The 2 interceptions by Volk and 3 fumble recoveries for the Saints. One by Rob Lippick, one by Scott Connor, one by Richard West. And the Pioneers have really kind of dug their own grave here so far this evening. But they're still very much in it. 6-0 Saints lead in the final minute of the third period.
25-yard line is where the Saints will start their offensive series. Handoff goes to Josh Davis, straight up the middle, runs hard, up to about the 29-yard line. Tackle there by C.J. Shoup. No, make it Steve Sullivan. Again, Steve Sullivan in the backfield to make the hit. Pickup of 4. We have 35 seconds to play here in the third period. Central Catholic leading 6-0. Bill Adelman has been on the bench over on the near sideline here, getting his right leg worked on. I don't know if we'll see him the rest of the game. Slot to the left side, Cimarosti. Second down, 6. Handoff goes to Thoma, the fullback. He picks up a couple. Making the tackle this time, again, is Steve Sullivan. Brad Armstrong also in on the play. Steve Sullivan is a man down there. Third period is over. Central Catholic gets the only score of the ball game in this period with 9:48 to play. They got a 2-yard touchdown run from Bill Adelman. The extra point was blocked, and that's the way it stands. Central Catholic 6, U-High nothing. We'll be back with the fourth period after this.
Ron Smith Printing Company is one of the most reliable, experienced printing firms in the Twin Cities. Ron Smith has been helping area businesses and individuals for over 40 years. One reason they are so respected is that they really care about your printing. They stay up to date on the latest methods in printing, and they use the most modern, advanced equipment. Ron Smith's expert knowledge of the uses of different types of paper, for example, and their courteous assistance and attention to detail help you receive the best job possible, from the smallest project to the largest. For your business to stand ahead visually in this fast-paced, highly competitive age, you need the help and expertise of an established and respected firm. Ron Smith combines their experience with state-of-the-art equipment and aggressive, innovative design. Let them help you have the edge in your business at Ron Smith Printing Company, Central Illinois' most complete printing service, at 817 East Front Street in Bloomington. Phone 827-8039.
12 more minutes of football here at Hancock Stadium, and the intercity doubleheader is history. Central Catholic with the football and a 6-0 lead. Hands up to Cimarosti on a little wing around. Up the middle of the field, picks up first down yardage to the 40-yard line. Tackle over there by Brad McMillan on the far side of the field, but another first down for the Saints. A nice play from that slot back position.
One more high school football final. Moweaqua Forsyth 46, Clinton 8. It's maybe not surprising Moweaqua won, but that they beat the bigger school, the Corn Belt Conference school, by that much indicates the Maroons may be in for a long season.
Total yardage so far in the ball game: Central Catholic with 137 yards, UI 130. So once again, close in the stats as in the score. Connor now in at the slot back position as Timorowski goes out hurt. Pitch out goes to Josh Davis. He's going nowhere. The ball stripped on him on the ground. Picked up by Andy. I think it's C.J. Shoup. He's got it inside the 20-yard line for the Pioneers. And that would get a count. Josh Davis was stripped over here, I believe. Brad Armstrong was the man that stripped it from him. C.J. Shoup came up with a recovery and advanced it down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a great play. Tackle that ball when you can, and Davis lost it in the Pioneers now on Central's second turnover of the game. They have not turned the ball over since the very first series of the game. The Pioneers with a big opportunity at the 20-yard line.
This could be the break that they need to get their first score of the ball game, as Central Catholic got a break to start the second half when they recovered a fumble. Early here in the fourth period, the Pioneers have great field position at the 20-yard line inside Central Catholic territory. Fake handoff. Now they're throwing it deep for Drake. They had him open, but overthrew him incomplete. Horton on the coverage. Chevalier had a chance at Drake as he popped into the free over in the right corner, near right corner of the end zone. Pass was incomplete, though. And it'll bring up second down and 10.
Chevalier is 0 for 6 throwing the ball. He threw that one way up in the air and just figured he would give Drake enough time to run under it, but he just threw it too far, even though it was so high in the air.
11:20 to play here in the ball game.
Some other baseball updates. Kurt, well, we have a little bit of a break here. Again, the Cardinals over the Mets 6-4. They came from 3 runs down in the 9th and tied it and won it with 2 in the 10th. Cubs beat Montreal 8-4 this afternoon, and Cincinnati has beaten San Francisco 4-3.
Chevalier fake handoff again, going deep, looking for Armstrong, lining in the end zone, diving for it, incomplete. Just over his hand. Armstrong looking for a pass interference call. Talking to the officials, he's not going to get any help there. To bring up third down and 10 as Chevalier has gone twice deep, which is kind of a rarity because they've been running the football.
Well, I like the way Armstrong goes after the ball. He had Volk and Toma right with him, and it does not inhibit his aggressiveness in going after the football. He just couldn't fight them up with it. I don't think there was a call there, Kurt. That seemed like a pretty good no call to me. They were all close together, but no real interference.
An equipment check here for Central Catholic, maybe a contact or something. Scott Volk will come out. Coming in for him will be Brian Flynn. Flynn, 5'8", 140 pounds. He's a junior.
He's the backup quarterback. He threw a touchdown pass in the win over Schlarman. Threw it to Jim Horton.
I was going to say, threw it to the other quarterback.
Yep.
Third and 10. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. This is class 4-down territory for the Pioneers, so I'll have a couple of shots at it. Drake goes wide right. Armstrong wide left to the flanker. Split back behind him. Chevalier fake handoff. Wants to throw it. He does. He loops it out there for Lewis, and it's incomplete. Megan Beverly was the intended receiver. For a minute, I didn't see who he was throwing it to. Lobbed it out there. Defensive play was by Chris Leadoff out there. He's the defensive end. Scott Connor was also out on the coverage. So that'll bring up fourth down and 10.
In the 10th inning, Minnesota and Cleveland are tied 10-10.
Armstrong now goes wide right. Drake will come to the left-hand side. Armstrong is the tight end to the right. I say Armstrong wide right, McMillan's wide right. Split back behind Chevalier, straight back to pass. Lobs it in there for Armstrong. Over his head, incomplete. And once again, Central Catholic takes over on down.
Well, the Pioneers missed a fine opportunity there. The Pioneers have at least shown some offense this evening. They really didn't show any against Monmouth. They've had some short periods of brilliance, but boy, they've just been unable to sustain anything. Chad Lewis has been a plus, 74 yards and 10 carries. Chevalier has run the ball very well. He has 22 yards. But the passing game has been pretty non-existent.
Well, they threw 4 passes there, didn't complete any of them. So Central Catholic now will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20. 11 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the ball game. Horton hands off to Adelman, bounces off a pile of tacklers, goes all the way back to the 15-yard line, and is going to be sacked for a 5-yard loss. Adelman ran into a pile of players, but nobody grabbed him. He bounced all the way back to the 15, tried to pick up some more yardage, and was swarmed under by a whole bunch of people, C.J. Shute being one of them, what I could see. Loss of 5.
Sometimes it's better to stay in that first pile.
Or else if you're going to bounce off of it, don't bounce 5 yards backwards.
Yeah.
2nd down, 15. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line inside St. territory. Clock on the move, 10.5 minutes in the ball game. Horton's going to throw it. Looking long, trying to hit both. It's up for grabs. It's intercepted. Chenoa has it. Across the 40, breaks the tackle behind it. Across the 25-yard line. Turns upfield, tackle, and he fumbled it. The ball is loose, but Chenoa has it.
Haggerty put the hit on that caused the fumble by Chevalier, and the Pioneers did retain possession, so they've got another chance to get at the 31-yard line.
I believe it's Chevalier that recovered the fumble. That is the first pass of the second half by Hardin, and not a good one. He threw that one up for grabs, and Jamie Chevalier intercepted it.
There were a lot of green jerseys in the area, and he threw it so high that there was just no way that it was not going to be intercepted.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. That's turnover number 4 in the second half. We had 4 turnovers in the first half. Jamie Chevalier intercepts and puts the Pioneers back in business at the 32-yard line inside St. territory. Handoff goes to Beverly, spins away from the initial tackler, but then he's ridden down. Making the tackle over there was Chris Leadoff. And we do a loss of 2.
Down to 9.5 minutes to go. A 6-0 lead for the Saints. They scored early in the 3rd period on the touchdown run by Bill Adelman of 2 yards. Tomorrow night we'll be right back out here at Hancock Stadium for ISU's opening game against Western Michigan. Broadcast time 6:05. Cardinals play in the afternoon tomorrow. Our broadcast at 1:05 from Shea Stadium. We'll see if we can get them a second win at New York.
2nd and 12. Handoff goes to the halfback on the left-hand side. That's Tad Lewis. Lewis gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then a yard more. We got 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Clock on the move. 8:45 left to go in the ball game. Central Catholic leading 6-0. And Dick, we said it was going to be defense that was going to control the ball game, and that's what it's been.
It has, quite truthfully, it's been ineffective offenses to a great extent. The defenses have something to do with that, but these offenses are not where their coaches want them to be.
Well, now when you look at the penalty yards, too, that kind of gives an indication. Chevalier rolling to the left, looking downfield, going to roll it. Tucks it under his arm. Adelman's going to make the tackle, though. Good open field tackle. Bill Adelman got Jamie Chevalier about the 28-yard line. Picked up 4 yards in the play. It'll bring up 4th down and 6. Pioneers will go for it. 8:02 and counting left to go in the ball game. Chevalier will see if he can get his team a 1st down, so they got a shot at getting the touchdown that'll tie this one up. They send down McMillan wide right. Bill Drake is to the left. Split back behind Chevalier. He'll throw it. Drop straight back. Got some time. Now cuts up the middle. Got some running room. Inside the 25, down to about the 21-yard line, and I believe he's got a 1st down. Depending on where they spot the football, didn't look like they were real generous when they did it, Dick. 1st down is the call, though. Nice pickup by Jamie Chevalier. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers, so they're still in business.
Well, he did a great job there, just sneaking through the middle. Look downfield, no receivers open. And of course, throwing the ball has not been productive for U-High even when the receivers are open. So that's a good play. And Chevalier has the Pioneers in business again where they've had their opportunities.
Greg goes wide right. McMillan flanks to the left. Split backs again behind Chevalier. They got 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Handoff goes to Beverly off the left-hand side. Breaks a bunch of tackles inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Great run by the sophomore, Brian Beverly. Doesn't run like a sophomore, does he?
No, and neither does Lewis.
No.
They are a couple of good-looking running backs. They started the season as second stringers. Of course, you don't usually start the season as a starter as a sophomore, but they look like they're going to get a lot of playing time. They're both really hard runners. They do not go down easily.
Dave Ganaway told me before the season started, he said, watch out for these two. He said they're sophomores and they're two very different type of runners. Beverly very powerful and Lewis is more of a slasher. They're in an I formation this time. Fake hand off to Lewis. Chevalier rolling to the right. Got a nice block from Sullivan. Looking in the end zone. Throwing it for Armstrong. He's got a touchdown.
And that goal was perfect. Armstrong very well covered by Burton and Timorowski. And I thought when Chevalier delivered that pass, it was just thrown into too much coverage. It had to be perfect, and it was. Armstrong catching it just before he went out of bounds over there on the far side of the end zone. What a play.
Chevalier to Brad Armstrong ties the ball game up. 6:24. Is that the first completion by Jamie Chevalier? 1 for 10, and it's a big one. A 20-yard touchdown pass. Aaron Vaughn on to attempt the extra point, and I believe there's been a timeout on the field called by UI.
Well, this is a critical extra point, of course. You got to get it to take the lead. 6-6 the score, 6:24 left to go here in the final period of play. UI has been, to be quite honest, a little deficient in the kicking category the past few years, but I think they have a pretty good one this year, although Aaron Vaughn has to be feeling a little pressure right now. He's a junior, and he's really not been here before in a varsity game.
Well, we'll find out what kind of a kicker he is here in about 1 minute.
So much of kicking is up above the neck, of course. You've got to have the right kind of leg, and you've got to know how to execute the play, but a big portion of it is thinking and concentrating and handling the pressure that comes along with a situation like this.
This touchdown drive set up by a turnover. Both touchdown drives set up by turnovers. This one an interception by Jamie Chevalier. Jim Horton pass was up for grabs. Chevalier got it, returned it to the 32. It was a 32-yard touchdown drive culminating in a 20-yard pass from Jamie Chevalier to Brad Armstrong. Aaron Vaughn getting set to try to break the tie. Spot is down. It's good. Kick is down. Kick is good. 7-6. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the ball game, and maybe not going to find a kickoff after this.
All 3 timeouts left.
Split back Chevalier, hands off. Looks like Chad Lewis with the ball. Gets a couple of yards. Tackled by Scott Conner and Kurt Toma. Boy, Conner plays a tough linebacker, doesn't he? For 5'9", 150 pounds. In on a lot of tackles. 2-yard pickup, second down and 8.
He is sort of your prototype Central Catholic linebacker. They have always had those little guys who hit you big time.
I noticed the last couple of defensive series, Rich Haggerty has been on the sideline. John Kansky is playing that defensive end position in place of him. Drake is out wide right. McMillan is the slot to that side. Split back, Chevalier rolling to the left. Wants to turn it up the field. He wants to, gets to. At the 10, now to the 15. Knocked out of bounds. Flag on the play. Holding is going to be called against the Pioneers. Two flags out there. One on one side, one on the other.
Yeah, they're different penalties, I would guess.
I agree. UI acts like it's going to be against them, though. They're huddling in the end zone already. Chevalier picked up a couple of yards, probably 3. But that's going to be nullified if they take the penalty. Talking it over with Kurt Toma. 3 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the ball game. Central Catholic will probably get one more shot at it.
The question is, what kind of field position are they going to get? It's looking better and better for them in that regard.
I would imagine they will take the penalty just for field position's sake, if nothing else.
Yeah. It does give UI an extra play, but the Saints still have 3 timeouts. I would think they may start using them here. Maybe especially after third down if the Pioneers do not convert.
Second down and 14 yards to go. Power I formation behind Chevalier. And he'll roll up to the right and run it, and he is back for a safety. Bill Edelman back to second for a safety. Chevalier couldn't get his speed going enough to get outside as Bill Edelman comes up with a play of the game.
Oh, my. Well, the Pioneers have to be wondering right now why they're running the ball like that, why they're back there in the end zone with the opportunity for that to happen for the Saints. Boy, Billy Edelman is the player of this game now, offensively and defensively. What a play. He just went for broke there, and he has nothing to lose. There are other tacklers there, too, that are going to prevent Chevalier from going too far. He just went for the tackle in the end zone, and he got it.
He came behind the wall of blockers. They had all three running backs in the power I formation in front of Chevalier, and Edelman just snuck in from his linebacker position behind the wall. And he was able to get Chevalier from behind in the end zone. So the Saints will get the ball on a free kick by U-High from their own 20-yard line with 3:28 to play in the ball game, and they'll have great field position.
Well, that's the thing that hurts with the safety. I mean, you'd rather have them score a field goal because then at least you get the ball. Now the Saints will have the ball in pretty good shape, and the U-High Pioneers, suddenly looking at their timeout situation, they have 2 remaining, and we're down to 3.5 minutes.
Josh Davis is the deep man as U-High is elected to punt it with their free kick. Aaron Vaughn is their punter. Punts it away, good kick, wobbly spiral. Cimarrosky fields it at the 40. 45. Good field. And dropped there. Nice tackle by Brad McMillan, I believe. No. Ain't that Robert Sweeney. Tackles Mark Cimarrosky at the 49-yard line. Josh Davis getting a big hand over here on the near side as he drilled one of the U-High players on a block. Good block labeled by Josh Davis. He's getting slapped around on the sideline. Well, 8-7 is the score. Central Catholic has the 1-point lead. We're down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the ball game. I formation, Cimarrosky in motion, handoff goes to Edelman. We'll probably see that a lot. Slices his way for some yardage, breaks 3 or 4 tackles, gets down to the 40 before he's wrestled down. Nice pickup of 9 yards. Brad Armstrong, Andy Thompson in on the tackle. Bill Edelman is the guy they're going to go to and let him run out this clock. 2 minutes and 45 seconds now and counting to play in the ball game. Checking into the Saint lineup is Terry English. Coming out will be Greg Massey.
Well, 2nd and 1, and sometimes you take some chances in this situation, but no way that'll happen here.
Taking an awful lot of time, too. Jimmy Jones checking the watch. They get it off in time. Horton hands off to Edelman on the left side. Tackle behind the line. And I believe it's Paul Martin back there to make the hit. Loss of a yard on the play. Well, half a yard. They'll bring up 3rd down and a very short 2.
Well, you know, if the Saints get the first down here, that almost works against U-High because it's an extra play. And then if they get the first down, at least 3 more, and the Pioneers down to 2 timeouts, and their situation is looking more and more desperate here, particularly if the Saints convert here.
1:45 to play in the ball game. 8-7. Central Catholic leads by 1. Bill Edelman tackled Jamie Chevalier in the end zone for safety. Alma on the handoff trip, really, and is very close to first down yardage, depending on where they mark it. Boy, they really move him back, don't they?
Yeah, I thought he had it when he went down, but they spotted the ball right at the 39, and they're going to have to bring the sticks out, and it's very close.
I'll tell you, from up here, it looks like he just barely got it.
And if he doesn't have it, it's not a given that the Saints are going to punt it away.
Well, I'll tell you with this, yeah, they got to punt it
anyway.
I I was thinking with the snaps they've gotten, it's not a safe bet to punt it. You know, I just soon run it. I think your chances are better.
Yeah, that's a good point. But they won't have to worry about that decision now. And the Pioneer situation is bleak. 1st and 10 Saints. They have the 8-7 lead. They have the ball at the Pioneer 39-yard line. 1:35 to go, and U-High's down to a couple of timeouts.
Slot to the right-hand side. I formation behind Horton. 1:20 and counting. Cimarossi in motion. Hand up to the fullback, Toma. He's hit immediately. Good, solid hit. Pickup of a couple. The hit goes to Scott Leifers. Also, Bill Drake was in on the stop. And U-High will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts left. Timeout on the field. 1:14 left to go in the ball game. 8-7. Central Catholic leads by 1. We'll be back in a minute.
This is Kevin Brady from the Snyder Insurance Agency.
14 seconds left to play here in the last ball game of the 1987 intercity doubleheader. The first one was won by Bloomington High School, 14-9 over Nulla Community. Right here, Central Catholic has the ball in a 1-point lead, 8-7. Second down, 8. Cimarossi in motion. Horton fake handoff, running an option. I don't know about that call. Turns upfield, crosses the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And U-High will use its last timeout.
Well, I suppose you can run the option and instruct your quarterback not to pitch it, no matter what happens. And that might have been the case there.
Last timeout used by the Pioneers. We'll keep it right here.
Let's update the high school football scoreboard. Kurt just mentioned that Bloomington beat Normal in the opener here, 14-9. Clinton lost to Maroa Forsyth at Clinton, 46-8. Mahomet Seymour with an impressive 19-0 win over 50 in Oakwood, and the Bulldogs will certainly sustain their number 3 ranking in that Class 3A poll.
Catholic just holding on to the football. Nothing fancy here as U-High is out of timeouts. Third down, 5 yards to go. Hand off to Adelman. Off the right-hand side, jukes away around, gets maybe a yard, and there's a flag on the play. And I think they're going to call a spearing against U-High. Almost for sure. I can't believe the call with a minute to go.
That would be the final nail in the Pioneer coffin. And a tough way to end the game for U-High.
Yeah, that's what they're calling. It's a spearing call against the Pioneers. I saw it from up here, Dick, but with a minute to go, I don't know if I'd make that call. I mean, you don't want kids doing that, I agree, and it's against the rules. However, U-High's only chance was to get the ball back on 4th down, and they were more than likely going to do that. I don't know if Central Catholic would have gone for it. At any rate, it's 1st and 10 for the Saints. Clock on the move, 58 seconds. They have the ball inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
All they have to do is fall on it now.
Ball on it twice, maybe, and that'll be it. There's once. Horton goes down back to the 23-yard line. And they'll have to do it one more time, 42 seconds.
As mentioned earlier, the Cardinals won that game at New York, 6-4 in 10 innings. What a thrilling win for the Cardinals. They scored 3 in the 9th to tie it and 2 in the 10th to win it.
And I guess you could say that the Saints got 2 in the 9th to win it here. They got them late.
Yeah.
Horton takes the snap, falls down, and they'll let the clock wind down. We're down to 10 seconds. 8-7, Central Catholic will win this ball game on the strength of a safety. Bill Adelman tackles Jamie Chevalier in the end zone with 3:24 left to go in the ball game to provide the winning margin. 8-7. Adelman getting some congratulations from his teammates. And another pretty well-played football game. We had some turnovers, we had some penalties, but it was exciting. An 8-7 win, 1-point deficit.
Well, yeah, it was a little less than what we'd hoped for, I think, early, but it turned out to be a thrilling finish. We had a couple of them here this evening at Hancock Stadium as Bloomington's Purple Raiders and Central Catholic Saints come away with the victories. We'll be back with more on this second game between the Saints and the Pioneers in just a couple of minutes.
Let's see. Johnny wants to watch a shoot-'em-up Western. Mary wants a comedy. I want to see that spy movie. And Martha wants to watch a mushy love story. Now, I bet you think that's going to cost me a bundle, right? Wrong, because we're all going over to Finnegan's Video Rental. They only charge $1 a tape per day, every day, even on weekends. Finnegan's even throws in free popcorn.
Renting videotapes to please everyone in your family doesn't have to break your budget. Not at Finnegan's Video Rental. They only charge $1 per tape per day during the week and on weekends. Their lifetime membership is free, and talk about selection. Finnegan's has over 8,000 tapes to choose from. So whatever your taste in movies, there's something for everyone in your family. From grandpa to your grade school students. So why go anywhere else? Finnegan's Video Rental, 1301 Morrissey Drive in Bloomington. Open Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 10. And now playing at Finnegan's, Hoosiers, starring Gene Hackman.
Ron Smith Printing Company is not just another printing company. From the very beginning of their contact with you, Ron Smith helps you plan every detail of the job for the best possible results. For the finest quality business forms, including computer forms, and for all types of commercial printing, Ron Smith's staff pays strict attention to your particular printing project. Tell them your specific needs, and they proceed with the talented, innovative design that helps your business stand ahead visually. They listen to your ideas and help you create the forms that will help your business run at peak efficiency. Once the initial preparation is complete, Ron Smith's modern, state-of-the-art equipment takes over, producing the highest quality forms. Their business is to help you succeed in your business at Ron Smith Printing Company, Central Illinois' most complete printing service at 817 East Front Street. Phone 827-8039.
Central Catholic goes to 2-0 on the year. Uhi falls to 0-2. Uhi has lost a couple of close ones so far early in this campaign. 8-7 was the score tonight. Central Catholic a 1-point winner, and they break a 2-game drought against the Pioneers as they had lost the last 2 outings against Uhi dating back to last year's doubleheader. The scoring in this ball game, as there wasn't very much, didn't come until the third quarter.